So here you are in your fourth week of the DNP project development course, and through our time together, through your conversations with your clinical practice partners or potential clinical practice partners, you're probably gaining a clearer sense of the goal you're moving toward with your DNP project. And this course, as well as your other DNP project courses and your DNP coursework in general, is all designed to improve and enhance and augment and develop your skill to transform practice. So let's take a look at our assignments this week and how these assignments are designed to enable you to make that practice transformation. So we're borrowing from the model for sustained transformation, as we talked about, as a roadmap to help us get from where we are here today to a better future state in our practice area. And we're moving toward that transformation goal by mobilizing human energy, getting the buy-in, the capacity, the skill, the interest, the commitment of the stakeholders for the project that we're proposing. And we talked about how this process, this systematic process for change, is designed as a feedback cycle. So we're not just coming in with a roadmap of how somebody else should do their job and telling them what to do, but we're engaging in this collaborative process with the stakeholders. Perhaps if you are the technical expert on your practice transformation innovation team, you're going to be having discussion and dialogue with them about how they want to transform their workflow or their experience or their knowledge implementation or whatever the issue is to achieve a better future state. But this process is iterative, as depicted by the red arrow on the right. You're building a team, analyzing successes, customizing the best evidence, setting priorities and goals, acting, revising, improving continuously. And there certainly might be clear benchmarks or steps along the way, but you're engaging in this transformation process. So the course has been focused heavily on reading about this model for sustained transformation in the Taylor-Ide and Taylor text. And you have been growing in your application of the principles. So week 3, you began to apply the principles to your context, and now in week 4, you're going to be doing even more application. So what are you doing this week? You're describing your transformation team or proposed transformation team. And part of that team is going to be looking at the three-way partners. You're going to talk about the three-way partnership with greater detail, even than you did in week 3. You need to talk about the bottom-up, frontline implementers, the outside-in, technical expert, and the top-down decision maker authority brokers, and how those three partners are relevant to your DNP project. Now, those 3 partners might be stakeholders, team members that you need to engage in the design. You certainly need to engage in the design and creation phase. That's clear from the seed scale model. But your DNP project may or may not have every member of that three-way partnership on it. So you're going to talk about the partners, all 3 that have a bearing on your project, but you'll talk about the transformation members for your DNP project specifically. Who in the organization, who are the frontline implementers, who are the outside technical experts, and who are the top-down decision makers as it bears on your proposed DNP project. So you've been doing the assignment based on the degree of commitment that you have from your partner. So if you have a fully established relationship and your project is clear, you're going to be designing these teams with as much specificity and to the context as at all possible. And you can begin, if you haven't already, to be having these conversations with your mentor or your site to figure out who are these key players on the three-way partnership, who are some members who might be interested in or affected by your potential DNP project, so that you can propose a concrete team. Now, if you're at another stage of your partnership formation and it has not yet been solidified, as in week 3, you want to select a practice site that is most likely to be your practice site. And you want to propose with as much knowledge and insight about that organization and practice context as you currently have, who the three-way partners are. And if you don't know, how you might find out who they are, or what type of role they might have. Again, you want to be as specific as you can with the knowledge you currently have. So you're going to be designing your transformation team and talking about your three-way partnership here in week 4. You can find the assignment rubric and grading criteria on Blackboard. And as you look ahead to week 5, you're going to be thinking about how do you expand the success that you will have in your DNP project. Because this model for sustained transformation has the beauty of talking about the preconditions for change, but also the overflow of successful transformation. So you're designing, intending to scale up at the very beginning. So in the scale process that Taylor-Ide and Taylor talk about, you're going to be starting with scale 1, talking about how do you maximize the learning that's happening in your practice setting at your clinical partner. How do you take the lessons that are learned in your implementation of the DNP project and use them as an opportunity to learn for the future? Learn how to improve what's happening now so that you can scale up that success locally within your practice site. And then ultimately, as we move forward, we'll talk about how to scale that more broadly, how to disseminate it to the scholarly community, and how to scale it to other units within your organization or other organizations within your state or country. But for now, we're going to focus on local success only, focusing on scale 1. So those assignments are explicitly focused on developing your skills to define your three-way partnerships and create a team for for transformation. These are skill-focused activities, all designed to mobilize the energy and the input of those that you're working with in your organization, and ultimately contribute to the vision for the better future state of this agency as well as yourself. So I hope you enjoy your assignments. I've really enjoyed reading about the work you're doing and planning, and I look forward to your submissions here in week 4. Have a great week.